What up? It is your catatonic boy Matt, and I am tired. It's Thursday, the worst day of the week, dollar day. And it was a full day of Mortal Kombat with other resellers and old Russian ladies, and the whole menagerie, the whole crew was in effect. It was a decent day. Let's just get into it here. Don't buy socks a whole lot, go figure. But these are, I don't know what this stands for. I don't know if this is official military or this is a company that is contracted by the military to make their stuff, but these are really heavy wool socks and they're new. And these are 100% sell-through. So I've modified my sourcing methodology just a little bit to include looking at the completed versus solds as well. So typically I look at the active listings and I look at the number of sold listings, and I use those to gauge demand for an item. I think it makes a little more sense to look at solds, you know, when the sold and completed toggles are both on, and then click the sold toggle off and look at completed as well. And that gives you a really complete picture of, over the past 90 days, how many of that thing have actually sold and how many didn't sell over 90 days. And that gives you a little bit of a ratio. And then you can compare to the current supply, active supply, to, you know, get a feeling for what the market is really doing. I think that gives you a little bit more of a completed picture. And the completed and solds were, it was 10 and 10. This brand has been catching my eye a little bit more lately. Those pineapple shirts, if you find Bonobos men's shirts with pineapple print on them, they're selling within 24 hours for me. That's happened a couple times in the past month. But these are long sleeve polo shirts. I'm getting the impression that long sleeve polos in general are pretty high sell-through. Have not sold these before, but this is another case of completed solds and actives were all in alignment. This is a rare thing for me these days. I just bought with my eye. This is a terrible brand. Do not buy this brand. But look, sometimes, as much as I advocate going by the numbers, something like this, the purple, I guess bandana print or paisley print, this is so outlandish that there was no way I was not going to buy it for $7. I'll list it at 25. It's got a little bit of fraying on the cuffs. I could completely eat my words on this, but I feel like if I throw this up at 25 or 20, it should be a safe bet that someone's going to pick that up. I don't do that much anymore, but just, I've never seen a shirt like this after doing this for 100 million thousand hours, so I had to jump on it. Pretty common brand. This is a long sleeve Henley shirt, kind of spiritually close to the long sleeve polo shirt. This is a Henley, this collar with the buttons. I could also maybe use the keyword thermal shirt, because this is that kind of a fabric, thermal fabric. 100% sell through on these. Of course, no haul video is complete without Salt Valley Western. I think that's a vintage tag, actually. Nope, that's not. It's short sleeve plaid. It's a new one. Violent Gentleman. I got 4 of these. I don't know what the deal is. I presume it's dudes with handlebar mustaches. Who buy beard oil and they fight and they are Proud Boys. I think that's probably just flying completely blind, total guesswork. Guys who know about shit that's barrel crafted, you know, I think that's probably what this is. 100% sell through on these. I don't think it's a lot of money. I'm not gonna lot these up. I don't like doing it. this might just be my perversion as a reseller, but I don't like lotting things up because I think even though you save money on shipping, just my instinct is that it does make the sit shit for longer. And I want it gone because the way people shop, very few people I think actually go out with the intention of buying 4 of the same shirt at the same time. I think most people just want a shirt. Might be totally wrong. This is a men's small. Men's small, untuck it, plaid flannel, 100% sell-through. That was the first one. I wasn't gonna go to this next one because I was exhausted, because it was literally like I was at war with another reseller who was trying to box me out of new clothing racks, and she was being really aggressive and annoying, and there was other stuff going on, so I just wanted to go home and take a clothes-on shower. But I went to this other Goodwill, and I'm glad I did. There were new clothing racks lined up, and they had a bunch of stuff on it. This might be like the one long tail high dollar item of the day. Pretty nutso piece. I don't know what you would call this fabric. It's not quite corduroy. It's like a felt, a textured felt. This is leather. Here's the brand. I got really lucky. Normally you see a brand that looks like this, and you have to sit on your phone, or I do, for like 15 minutes just punching in a lot of French stuff to try to get lucky. I don't remember. I could look it up. I'll put the actual brand in the video description because I don't remember what it is. It's some Frenchy stuff. The sell-through is not that good, but the stuff that does sell sells for between $100 and $200. And this is really niche. It's a men's coat. So I'll probably throw that up for, I don't know, one of those numbers that I said. Interesting one. There were a bunch of these. I just got this one because the rest of them had flaws, but this is Steve McQueen. Oh, I didn't even notice. Didn't see this in the thrift. So the other ones, there were, I think, 3 others, different color schemes, that had flaws with them. I'll look that brand up. Maybe I should have gotten them, but this just has a little bit of discoloration on the collar, but other than that, it's in good shape. Steve McQueen polos, most of them are made by Barbour, B-A-R-B-O-U-R, and they do have a track record, and they sold for like $40. I couldn't find any exact comps, but this is one of those deals where I'll probably list this for 50, and if it doesn't flip in 30 days, I'll just bump it down to normal eyeball prices, 1997 or 25 or something, and just flip it. I really don't like sitting on stuff in that middle price range, the like $30 to $50 range, because I'd rather just flip it quick, get some money, reinvest it. I'll sit on something that's, you know, $60 plus. He says, as if he really has a game plan for his life. This is actually for me. This is this fit me perfectly, which is really rare because I'm a tough fit because I'm hobbit sized. This is, it's like denim Oxford cloth. It's textured denim. It's almost a jacket. I really like it. If I end up chafing my nipples on this, I'll sell it. All right. Last one. This is a vintage Knott's of Knott's Berry Farm native t-shirt. vintage Fruit of the Loom. You can tell it's vintage because it says made in the USA. This is a vintage tag. Also, yep. If you look at the sleeves on t-shirts, you may have heard people talk about single stitch. That's single stitch. Let me see if I can compare it to something. I don't have any. Come on, Violent Gentleman. There we go. Here's a double stitch. This is the double stitch right here. See how there's two. And then this is just the one. Single stitch shirts are all vintage. They stopped making them for some reason. So a lot of keywords at play here. This kind of stuff, I didn't look it up exactly, but this kind of thing, someone who is cool will buy this for probably 50 bucks. It does have discolorations on it, but the vintage stuff doesn't really matter that much. I had I put up a 1983 Coors Light t-shirt that was just covered in like diarrhea. It just looked awful. I wouldn't have bought it if I had noticed how bad the condition was, but I put it up for auction thinking I would flip it for 12, 13 bucks. Ended up selling it for, it was like $55 when the auction ended. It was nuts. All right. Okay, thanks for watching. Appreciate it.